Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take a quick look here at Ethereum, see what's going on. It's actually looking pretty good. We are starting to see a bit of a trend reversal here, retesting our local high at this 0.236 fib level of 1940. Mostly just a local high that we can see pretty consistently there, holding as a potential resistance. So if we break above that, I think we may actually see 2,000 plus again. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin maintaining 84,000 or higher, so we want to be mindful of that. But this is a good smaller time frame scenario. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that and much more. I'll also take a look, of course, at liquidation levels and kind of go from there. So if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Been watching for a while. Thanks again for being an amazing part of my life. There's just so many cool, awesome supporting people that have watched my channel. It's just really awesome. So do me a favor though, just hit that like button every single time you watch. It really helps get this in front of more people, so we can grow the channel and obviously keep people better informed instead of just being like a moon boy on every single coin that I'm they're emotionally attached to. It's just that we know that doesn't get you anywhere, right? At least if you're smart enough, you'll recognize that. So what we want to look at here, first things first, is liquidation levels. There's a lot of liquidation between 1950 and 2000. So my original premise of wanting to short at 2000, I'm tentatively there. Really depends on how Bitcoin behaves, but Bitcoin makes a run towards its CME gap at 86,000, sweeps that upper liquidation at 87. I think a short at 2,000 makes sense. But between now and then, I'm not just going to blindly jump into a short position because it could be a very different market between now and then. However, statistically, when we see liquidation levels swept, the price commonly will reverse itself. Okay, so wouldn't be surprised if we see a reversal at 2,000. That's kind of that round number, that psychological resistance for us. Okay, that's kind of where we're at there. But between now and then, it would make sense if Bitcoin can maintain 84K or higher to see this happen. And I know you're probably rolling your eyes. Oh, if Bitcoin does X, Y, Z. The truth is we're in a long from Bitcoin at 83,500. I'm feeling confident we're going to see Bitcoin run towards 85 to 86K. And if that happens, I do personally think the upper $1,900 range for Ethereum is practical. It just makes sense. Okay. So from a liquidation standpoint, still a ton at 1,700. Can't argue with that. But we're much closer to 2,000 than we are 1,700. So the likelihood of further upside makes sense. We also can see liquidation delta has shifted from bearish to bullish. This is a good sign. You want to get on the right side of tracks when you trade, right? So why try to short against this? Just because I've talked previously about shorting at 2,000 doesn't mean I'm going to do that right now or when we get there, based on the simple fact that bullish momentum is present. Okay, so that's kind of obvious there. There's more people taking longs than shorts in this coin. We take a look at open interest. We can see here that there's a lot of interest at 1920. Pretty heavy amount of volume in that range, 1920 to 1930. So that reinforces support just below us here. When we take a look here as well, we can see, let's fast forward to the weekend, or the weekly rather, first, and kind of see where we're at here. First things first, when we take a look here, we can see this little range here that we're in. We're starting to reach a support range. Okay, so previous highs were essentially in the $1,700 to $100 to $2,000 range, right? That $300 range. We're seeing that start to happen here. So breaking back up over 2,000 would be monumentally beneficial to get us to go higher. Between now and then, we can presume we're probably going to be stuck in the $1,700 to $2,000 range for the immediate foreseeable future until Bitcoin successfully removes its head from its ass. Right? That's kind of how I see it. For the most part, though, the macro, we're still in a descending trend that is established on the daily time frame. I'll show you that here in a minute. Everything else is bearish. There's literally nothing here on the daily, or weekly rather, this is the weekly, that tells us we're going to break out and go back up. Okay, please recognize that. If I'm exuding like excitement for a short-term reversal, it doesn't mean we're going to go to 3,000. Okay, please don't be one of those persons that just convinces yourself or hears what you want to hear. The truth is, this entire analysis, you need to kind of take it all into consideration if you're going to consider trading any coin, because if you're just looking at the 1 minute chart or the 1 week chart, you're doing yourself a disservice. So daily time frames, what are we looking at here? Well, this is a significant range. Okay, so you can kind of see here a lot of times bearish rectangle patterns play out this way. So still potential for further downside. You got to recognize that. That does hinge on the simple fact that Bitcoin hits 80,000 or lower though. If that doesn't happen, I think Ethereum is going to bottom out in this current like $1,900 to $2,000 range. Having said that though, we can see a pretty significant amount of support below the price at 1865 and a lot of resistance above the price at 1950, 1945 rather, right in that range. So until we break free from this range, we can presume it will continue. That's how trading generally is. So the trend right now is sideways, but we got a pretty massive amount of control at 1900. More adding positions there at that level, and you can see open interest again at 1920, 1930 locally. That's very good. So overall sentiment here, slightly positive, but you can tell here we're not over 50 in the RSI. Money flow index still really low. Like there's not a lot of reasons here why we're going to break out. But the truth is we do see a MACD convergence. We see this shift in momentum. We've been going sideways for long enough where the trend in itself should reverse itself soon, pending Bitcoin doesn't dump. Taking a look here at the 4-hour time frame, we want to recognize that we're up over the 20-day SMA. This short-term trend line, by the way, if you're not familiar, is effectively just based off the 50-day SMA. I base my trend lines off 20 and or 50-day simple moving averages. In this case here, the 50-day SMA letting us know that, hey, we're still under this trend while we're peaking above right now. We haven't broken bullish. Okay. Same thing here as well with the 4-hour time frame. We're above 50. That's a fantastic sign. Absolutely love that. We're over the moving average. MACD's converging. There's every reason here as to why the 4-hour time frame is letting us know, hey, this trend is reversing itself. Okay. We want to wait, though, in most cases, until the hourly reflects the same behavior. In other words, we take a look at the Ichimoku cloud on the hourly. We've been above for about 4 hours. That's a very positive sign. That does imply continuation. We're also seeing the lagging span free and clear on the conversion line above the baseline. So we got the hourly and the 4-hour time frame confirming that we have breakout potential and continuation higher potential, but the macro is letting us know that we're still in terrible shape. Okay. So what does that mean for us? Well, that means if you're going to take a long, you take a long to just below 2000, that key level resistance, that psychological resistance, and you don't get super greedy. Okay. Don't try to take a long to the stinking moon, okay? I hate to have to say it like that, but most people that watch my channel understand that it's kind of a joke. And you can't take anyone serious that's actually saying that every coin is going to go to the stratosphere, okay? Because that's just ridiculous. The coins right now, the way that all coins are behaving, contrary to Bitcoin, they're starting to bottom out. But it doesn't mean they're just going to explode and take off forever. Alt season, I think, is forever changed based on Bitcoin ETFs. And a lot of things here as to why it would just be ridiculous to try to hold a position open for too long. Most people do that with high leverage, and they effectively get either liquidated or get eaten up on fees. What I'm getting at here is accumulate more Ethereum between 1,700 and 2,000. I think that's a good area to dollar cost average. But right now, if you're going to take a long with any kind of leverage, secure profits before 2,000. Okay. If we breach 2,000, we'll reevaluate and see what the next targets are. Okay. Between now and then, though, we are definitely range bound, and until further notice, we need to recognize that that's kind of where we're going to be. So I'll go ahead and post a playout chart on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord as per usual. It does look a little something like this if you're not familiar. Make sure, if nothing else, you at least enable notifications and pay attention to my Bitcoin charts, because these are important ones here for you. Key takeaway: we're long on 83,500 for Bitcoin, and I'm confident we're going to see the price continue further up. But once more, confidence means very little in this market. You minimize your loss, maximize your gains as best you can, and make sure you're not just over leveraging. These are low leverage trades that we're taking, folks. That's all available through our premium group, cryptocash.tech, if you're curious. If you do want to become a better trader, jump on over there. Make sure you reference our Plus community here too. Awesome automated trading bots. Well, one bot basically just trading a lot of different trading pairs. 634 up on the month here so far. Correction, that is since February 1st. That's roughly, 47 days. This is $50 per trade, $1,000 portfolio though, folks. That's pretty good return when you think about it. All right, I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have yourself a good one. We'll take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.